Al Capone, aka Scarface, was a notorious crime boss during the Prohibition era in the 1920s. In this period, the sale and consumption of alcohol was illegal, but that didn't stop people from wanting to drink. In fact, it made them want it more. And so a black market for alcohol emerged, which Capone and his gang dominated. They smuggled in massive quantities of alcohol from Canada and the Caribbean, made millions running illegal speakeasies and underground bars. His empire extended from coast to coast, making him one of the richest men in America, at least on paper. The irony was not lost on the authorities, who dubbed him the Robin Hood of the Roaring Twenties. Just like the legendary outlaw, Capone lived a life of luxury, throwing lavish parties, driving expensive cars, and wearing custom-made suits. He was the very definition of a gangster, a criminal who lived like a king. But his reign was not without its casualties. One of the most infamous incidents linked to Capone was the St. Valentine's Day massacre of 1929. 7 members of a rival gang were gunned down in cold blood in Chicago. While Capone was never convicted of the crime, it became a symbol of his ruthlessness and willingness to eliminate anyone who stood in his way. However, surprisingly, he also had a softer side. Despite being a violent gangster, he was known for his charitable ways. He generously supported hospitals, orphanages, and charities, which earned him public favor and shaped his image as a true people's champion. This duality made him all the more fascinating, a brutal mobster with a Robin Hood complex. Eventually, his criminal reign came to an end when he was convicted of tax evasion in 1931. He served time in Alcatraz, stripped of his power and influence. The once feared gangster spent his days playing cards and suffered from syphilis, which eventually affected his mental health. Capone's story is a cautionary tale of how power and money can corrupt even the most ruthless gangsters. It's a reminder that behind the flashy cars and expensive suits, there's always a price to pay. After his release from prison, Capone retired from crime and died in 1947. But his legacy lives on in American pop culture. He's been portrayed by countless actors in films like The Untouchables and Boardwalk Empire. His life story continues to fascinate audiences, illustrating the glamour and danger of the gangster lifestyle. So next time you hear the name Al Capone, remember the man behind the myth, the most notorious crime boss of the Roaring Twenties. Would you survive in Capone's world?